Starlight, star bright, we create a feast tonight. I love you, colorful. Keep us full of life. Keep us shining, shining bright. Starlight. Hi, welcome to Starlight Eats. My name is Jill, and we're going to be making Turkish coffee today. I have a friend, a Yugoslavian friend, Mariana, who lives in Newport Beach. She is awesome, and she taught me how to make Turkish coffee, the best coffee you'll ever have and the easiest. No $150 to $250 coffee makers or anything, okay? So first we are boiling some water, just about 1.5 cups of water to 2 cups of water is fine. It is already boiling. So what I'm doing now is I just ground up fresh dark Sumatra coffee, and I did get that at Trader Joe's, my favorite store. So now I'm just going to throw into the boiling water. We're throwing that in and we're turning it immediately down to a lower, and it could almost go over, so just watch it. If you have a gas stove, you're all set. If you have an electric stove, you want to be careful that it doesn't go over, but as soon as you throw it in to the boiling water, turn it down to about medium, okay? Now we're going to set the timer for 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes we will have a gorgeous cup of coffee. Now I'm going to get my little strainer. I just put the strainer on top of my cup. You don't even have to do this, actually. Mariana just throws it in there and you get those nice grounds, whatever, at the end of your cup of coffee, but it is still spectacular. So today I am fortunate enough that my dear friend Tim went to California and got my favorite coffee bean vanilla powder. So if you do not have that, you do not live near a coffee bean, as I don't, then you can use a variety of other things to sweeten with. I would suggest doing one of the sugar in the raw, a natural sugar. If you like a little flavor, then you can put, the skinny syrups are nice. This is just a skinny syrup. It's a fat-free French vanilla, but you can do all different flavors, of course, and just a splash of that is good. And then Trader Joe's also has this wonderful lactose-free coffee creamer, and so that is really nice. And this happens to be hazelnut, but they have vanilla, and so you can use a variety of any of those things, or just plain old half and half is good. I prefer to keep it simple when you're thinking about what you're putting in. Again, we want to stay at least on the semi-healthy side. I know that cream is not the most healthy thing for you, but if you do it with the pure natural, it's going to be a little bit better for you, actually. So we'll be right back when our coffee steeps, and then we'll show you the final result. We're back. Our coffee is almost ready, and I've actually gotten out my very, very expensive little tool. It's just a little frother that I got at IKEA, and it's $3, and the thing is amazing. I decided to show you how wonderful it is. I am using it to froth some coconut milk, and you can use almond milk if you like it. I don't care for it myself, but I decided to go ahead and show you with this so that I can show you a different method as well. Of course, everything depends upon how much coffee, how rich you like your coffee and everything. This dark Sumatra is really, really nice, but what I found is with the Turkish coffee and boiling it, it actually brings out the flavor so much better. You really taste the flavor, and I think that, we were talking about that in Trader Joe's, and I don't really think that there's any other method that boils, actually the water is boiling. So I think that's what it is. It boils it and pushes out that flavor much stronger than even just really hot water can. So it's cool. Thank you, Mariana. All right, so, and it still reminds me of being at her house, by the way. I just miss her so much. So now we have some frothed milk. It's nice and fluffy, and it is coconut. You can use moo-moo milk if you want. Our doctor used to say that cow's milk is for baby cows, which I think is coming true. Everyone seems to be having so much trouble with it these days, physically, So now on top of the coconut milk, you can actually add the powder from the coffee bean. So I am going to add that too because it does make it much more flavorful, and it does have sugar in it, so that's the issue with that. Now, this is kind of tricky because I don't like it as rich as they say, as sweet as they say to use. They say to use like this whole third cup, and that's just too much. So I use about half of a third of a cup, and I'm putting that in. Then I'm going to be adding my very, very hot coffee, and all we're doing is just straining that in. And again, if you don't wanna, you don't have to strain it. I sound like a Missouri girl now. Okay, try to get rid of that accent, but it doesn't seem possible. So now you can just go ahead and taste it at this point. If you don't have the vanilla powder, of course you can use, like I was saying, use a safe creamer, either just basic half and half, a little bit of milk. You know, it's kind of your preference. To me, I think it's much, much better with a little bit of cream. I really think it makes a difference. So I am going to add just a little touch of the hazelnut. We don't want to water the coffee down too much. And then I am going to add just a little pinch of sugar. Yes, I love sugar. I'm addicted to it, and that is a very bad thing in America. You go see that movie, Fed Up, you will see a lot about that. Okay, so the proof is in the pudding. I mean, when you taste this, that's when you realize that, you know, there's nothing like it. It's much, much more vibrant and rich tasting. Of course, I'm adding some cream. So you gotta have a little whipped cream, and then you have to have a little cinnamon. I like cinnamon on top of the whipped cream. Again, these are all my little preferences, but it does make life nice. All right, and there it is. Cheers. Cheers to a wonderful day, a healthy day. Thanks for joining Starlight Eats. Oh, it's heaven.